Hello students. In class 9, the first topic or the first chapter that we are going to deal with is the study of gas laws. Now when I speak of the word gas, you are already aware of its properties, how it differs from solids and liquids. But what we study in this chapter is a lot more new aspects about gases. Now, as you can see, I have divided my chapter into 4 subparts. The first subpart is the properties of gases, which you are already aware of. The second subpart is Boyle's law. Third subpart is Charles' law. And the last subpart is combined gas law. So, let us start with the properties of gases. Now, I have tried to write down the properties in small major points. When you are listening or seeing this video, also ensure that you write down these points in your chemistry exercise book. Now let's look at the properties, students. The first property speaks of high intermolecular spaces. Now when you think of the structure of a gas, one thing that you are aware of is the molecules or atoms inside a gas are placed far away from each other and hence possess a high intermolecular space. The next point is just we can say an extension of the first point. Since they have high intermolecular space, naturally the force of attraction between the gas molecules is very low. Less number of molecules in a given area of a gas leads to low density of the gas. As a result, amongst the 3 states of matter, that is solids, liquids and gases, gases have the lowest density. When we speak of the next point, that is compressibility, now everybody is aware of the word compress. Compress, in other words, can also be said as contraction. Since there is a lot of space inside the gas molecules, it is possible to contract the gas molecules with the help of temperature or external pressure. The next point, they have no fixed shape, size and volume. I think there is no need to enumerate on this point because you have already studied it since class 7. And the last point of all, they are also called fluids. Now this is something that we need to really think upon. Why do we call them fluids? It's not that only gases are called fluids, even liquids are called fluids because they can flow from one place to the other. In case of solids, there's no question of flowing from one place to the other, but since liquids and gases both can flow, we call them fluids. So now when I come to recapitulate your properties of gases and the 6 points that I have given, please understand, students, when you are asked to write in the examination maybe 2 properties of gases, or maybe when you are told to explain the properties, there are keywords that you cannot miss out. If you are missing out on the keywords while explaining your answer, there will always be deduction of marks. Now, what do I mean by keywords? Needless to say, maybe in the first point, your keyword is intermolecular space. The second point, intermolecular force of attraction. The third point, density, compressibility, fluidity or action as fluids. If you are not writing these scientific terms, as much as you may write paras and paras of answers, you will not get full marks. I hope I am clear to everybody. I will give you some exercises based on it after we finish the chapter. As of now, let us continue with learning the chapter. So our first topic from this chapter, properties of gases, is more or less done and dealt with. Now, let us move to the second topic, Boyle's law. Now, whenever you will write all this later, please listen first. Whenever we speak of the word law, what do we mean by that? what we basically mean is a fixed statement. A fixed statement that will help me explain something. Now this Boyle's law, needless to say, Boyle is the name of a scientist. Please write down the full name of the scientist, Robert Boyle. R-O-B-E-R-T, Robert Boyle, B-O-Y-L-E. Students, a very, very common mistake made by all the students regarding this is, please be very careful about the spelling of Boyle. Please do not make any error in that. It is B-O-Y-L-E and not B-O-Y-E-L. Now let's come up to what this man had to say about gases. He formulated a law that related the pressure and volume of gases. Let's come up and understand exactly what did he want to say. Now the Boyle's law was stated at constant temperature, the pressure and volume of a given mass of a dry gas are inversely proportional to each other. If you can see properly, my keywords are already underlined. When I say my keywords are underlined, what I mean is you have to use these words when you are stating the law. Please remember, when you state the law, you cannot explain a law in your words. You have to write the law as it is, quote unquote. Okay, now continuing with it, what does this law mean? It says that at constant temperature, so if I take a gas and if I put it at a constant temperature, for example 25 degrees Celsius, it says that the pressure and volume of the gas are inversely proportional. That is, if the pressure of the gas increases, the volume will decrease, vice versa. If the volume increases, pressure will decrease. But my law doesn't end here. There's one more line in the law that you need to see. Of a given mass of a dry gas. These two terms are of utmost importance when you try to understand this concept. It elaborates the fact that the mass of the gas should be constant. You cannot take two different masses of gas and you cannot expect Boyle's law to work with them. No. The mass of the gas has to be constant and it has to be a dry gas. Dry gas means it should not be dissolved in water. If we are taking a gas in consideration which is dissolved in water, Boyle's law does not stand for it. Am I clear? So please write down, please jot down the law. At constant temperature, the pressure and volume of a given mass of a dry gas are inversely proportional to each other.